Hey, spiritual superstars, how are you? There we go. Can you hear me okay? Come on in. Type in your 4 wands, the opening of the spirit realm, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. Oh my goodness. I'm Nicole, CEO and founder of Spiritual Guidance Academy. And so get ready because we're going to raise our vibration. Ready? Deep breath in. You're challenging your human to kiss your higher self and connect with the divine. Let it all the way out. All right, all right. So before we get started, hit that subscribe button for me. Come on back for more free spiritual guidance and you'll see videos just like this. If you hit that little bell, so you'll be notified. Hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much. And let's get started. So the Saturn return energy is a test of life. It is a time that our infinite power, whether you call that God, Jehovah, Allah, Source, Spirit, your higher self, infinite power, divine source, there's an energy outside of you. That's first off. And when you're 27 to 31, you're straight in the volcano of your life to be tested severely and significantly because the universe is throwing these tests at you so that you can be blessed by showing up for your own life. So it's in that moment that you're really not, you're going to have to choose whether or not you want to skate by and you want to accept the easy way, or you want to be with the people that are saying they want to be with you, and you're just kind of like, I could take that option and make it work. It seems like this is something I should do, but it's not really what I want to do. For example, in love, let's talk about love. So, and as a side note, you're going to feel this energy before 2731 and after. So if you're 25 or when you reach 25, you're going to feel the shift happen. Undoubtedly, things are going to start getting really serious in your life. You're going to start making deeper decisions based on where you see your life going. And in that moment, decision that is going to go more for long term. It's going to be, oh, I can't go out because I've got to get up early for work tomorrow and I don't want to be late. Or, yeah, I'm going to go out to happy hour. I'm grown and I can do this. I can do it. It's my life. Those are two very different decisions that you're going to make, but they're gonna result in two different outcomes, right? And I'm using my spiritual guidance, by the way. You certainly want this. If you've ever felt like you're under spiritual attack, if you feel like you just need to strengthen your spiritual gifts, you need to receive that clarity, you definitely want to. And as a side note, this is what I use on my hair. This is just an oil that I've been making for a long time. So, and it's just really good on your hair, your skin. also. But you're going to be making those decisions that say, okay, I'm going to go in this direction that's easier. Meaning, with love, you might have children with someone, or you might be with someone that you've been with for quite a while. And you may say, okay, it makes sense for us to stay together, but your heart isn't really in it. And then there's someone else who your heart is really in it and you really want to be with them. Any kind of situation, you know your situation. Go with love. Go with what's going to be best for you long term. Saturn says, do it the hard way so you don't have to do it over again. And I know it sounds really like, what? Why would I want to do anything the hard way? Because then you will appreciate it. And Saturn is telling you, I'm teaching you discipline. I'm teaching you through the school of hard knocks. And when you're 27 to 31, that's when you pretty much are drafted into this university of your life. And you go through the doors, and the second you go through that last set of doors, and you're in the hallway, and you've got all of the, the classrooms right along the hall. You got to go down this hallway called your life, and you can go into each classroom as the years go by. But the second you get into that school, you hear the doors close and the chains on the outside. And that's just that fear of the Saturn return energy that I know I have to make things happen now. I have to make decisions that are more for longevity. And Saturn just says, I want you to do it right so you don't have to keep doing it over and over and over again in your life. Is this making sense? If this is making sense to you, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. And if it's not, definitely ask questions. That's what I'm here for. Hey, Deanna. Hey, Oren. Awesome, awesome. I'm glad you're here. I love you. Oh my goodness. Thank you. And you're going back to school tomorrow. We talked about this in your reading. This is awesome. Where's my bell? Girl, I'm so proud of you. Damn. I'm so proud of you. That is really super. See, this is a big deal, everybody. When our spiritual superstars, when you all take my advice and you really do something with it, that makes me and my human feel so beautiful and just needed. Okay, very, very needed. And I'm just so grateful. Thank you so much, because you are definitely going places. You are definitely walking away from a lot of major drama and pushback in the world. Once you make these tough decisions, for example, you have to separate from family, you have to separate from a loved one, that maybe a significant other, a boyfriend, girlfriend, longtime partner, might be from childhood friend turned lover, or childhood friend who you really have always had a crush on, or someone that was your high school sweetheart and college, or and you kind of going in different directions. You want to just follow after that person. If that's not giving you total happiness, Spirit's going to be telling you don't do it. And it's going to be coming up in the way that that person mistreats you, treats you as if you are not priority in their life. And it's going to be that decision you have to make and it's going to be tough. It can be your job versus your sole purpose. That's why when you see a millennial hit it and hit it really big, they have foregone everything else and they are solely intent and focused, which is extremely admirable, on their purpose. And they just were relentlessly going after it. Water and Ice Tarot. Hey, how are you? All right, so let's see. I'm currently going through my Saturn return. Feels rough and confusing. Absolutely. Okay, so any advice? Yes. I would tell you to get a reading. Deanna can tell you, she's on here. Deanna, let them know what to expect when they get a reading from me. Because that way I can give you specific advice and guidance and we can coach. But we definitely want to see what Spirit has to say too. And you are so welcome. Thank you so much for being so grateful. That makes me so happy. Thank you. Warms my heart. So I would definitely say that because I would rather like to tap into your energy. I know it sounds kind of creepy, but I can tap into it here, but I can give you a full reading privately and definitely let you know. As far as, hey Henrietta, hey Dancer the Sugar Plum Fairy, thank you so much. So you're saying the ebook isn't working, the link is not working. It's not working, huh? What did you get? Did you get an error? This is because you're the first person that happened to. I'm so sorry about that. You know, Mercury is retrograde, so we can expect the whole communication and transaction thing to happen. But my Saturn return has been hard too. Okay. An error, no worries at all. No problem. Try it again, or you can also text message me. Text message. I'll put the text message number up here. And you can probably, we use Venmo and PayPal. And you could just send it to me there and I'll get you the link. How about that? And so, yeah, it's only $4.99, everybody. So I want you to get the book. The book that she's speaking of is your guidebook. It is online access. It's just on Google Docs. And it is, yep, absolutely. That's okay. All you have to do is text that number and I won't answer. The number is just a text business line. And so if you text it, and I will give you our payment information and you can just make the payment and then I'll give you the link to the book. It's an online version. You all will have access to it, so you can just like search and look at the chapters and you just click on the links and everything within the book and go straight to whatever section you want to go to. But you want the book because you want to have the solutions and you want to take out the middle person and you want to be able to put the puzzle pieces together. When you're in your Saturn return, it's so important that you're on it like this. So you're going to see people that are frenemies. You're going to see people that really don't mean you any harm as well. And they're going to be like night and day. And so you've got to be able to say, okay, here's the group of people that I don't need to have in my life. And here's what I need to be doing. For example, if you have been tested to self-love, put yourself first, focus on your self-worth, then during your Saturn return, those tests are going to come major. For example, I can remember one where I was having a high-risk pregnancy, and I had a bunch of people came in from out of town, and they wanted to stop by my apartment. And I remember I had to sit with my feet up. And I was just lounging in my chair in the living room, feet up on the ottoman, comfortable because I was having a high risk pregnancy. And I'm like, sure, they came in town for, taking care of their business. It was like 4 or 5 of them. And it was one of my good friends who had to come in with her family. And so I met them at the door, let them in, and one of the ladies went and sat in my big chair while I'm letting everyone else in. And I'm telling them, help yourself to whatever, get something to drink or whatever, because I didn't want to wait on anybody. And I saw she was in my chair. And in that split of a second, I heard Spirit tell me, go tell her to get up. And she put her feet up on my ottoman. And I felt fear. And I'll never forget that. I felt fear. And I heard God say, Nikki, go tell her to get up. And I didn't. And I sat on my bar stool. I never used to sit on those bar stool chairs because they were so uncomfortable. And they were beautiful, but they were not for me. And some people liked them, they would prefer sitting over there. So I didn't put myself first in that moment. And I sat on that chair and I was so uncomfortable. And I couldn't even think of what the conversation was going on. I just remember saying, Nikki, what are you doing? Why are you so uncomfortable here? And you don't want to tell this woman that you don't know to get out your chair. This is your apartment. And so I remember adjusting myself. And my friend said, wait a minute, what are you doing? Weren't you sitting in the comfortable chair over there? Is that where you were supposed to be sitting? Why aren't you? And so she told her friend, get up. She's supposed to be sitting there. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I was like, that's okay. Way too nice. Way too nice. Never, ever should anybody sacrifice their self and their health for somebody else. No, don't do don't do that. Take my example and do the opposite. Because I should have just said, this is where I was sitting, can you move? You could sit over there. And um, so that was one instance. So do you see what I mean? Where you're going to be challenged during your Saturn return to come out of your fear and do it so that you don't have to do it again. What are some specific questions that you have? And I definitely will answer those before before we end this live. Another one was I was with someone, and let me see what happened. It was my car, and we were riding around town, and we went to go get gas. And so he went in to pay, and he came back out and started pumping the gas. And I noticed that there was a girl that was kind of looking at him, and but she wasn't coming to the car. And then when he got done pumping the gas, she came to the car, and she said, "Do you mind if I get a ride? Do you mind if, yeah, do you mind if I can get a ride up the street? It's just at such and such. It's just like right there." And he was like, "This isn't my car. And, I don't know, this isn't my car." She was like, "Well, do you mind? Would you mind? Because um, I forget what she said, why she needed a ride that, I forget what she said. But I was just like, she seemed really nice. This is my internal process. She seemed really nice. And oh, she had bags. She had like a bunch of grocery bags. And I was like, well, that's okay, no problem. So um so she's in the back seat, and I'm driving. He's in the passenger side. And we get to the her apartment, and out the corner of my eye, she slips him her number. And I'm like, "Nikki, what did you just do? What did you just do? You just let somebody in your car. You just took her to the house, and she just gave your friend her number." And this is the kind of, whether the way that I was supposed to respond was the way I responded in that one. But the way that I should have to begin with was, don't do it to begin with. Now, here's how I knew I made the wrong decision anyway. Is because, what did I feel, spiritual superstars, when she asked me, "Do you mind giving me a ride to such and such? It's just right over there, but I got all these bags." I felt the tingling. I felt every sensation that was letting me know, don't you do it. And I want you to get the ebook so that you'll see exactly what I was feeling that let me know, no, no, under any circumstances, no, no, do not let this woman in your car. And so I totally went against all of that. Remember, you're at the crossroads in your Saturn return, okay? And But then after I did that, made the mistake, Saturn returned, right? Saturn is like, "Listen, all right, here's part B. What are you going to do? You know you made a mistake with part A. How are you going to right the wrong?" So Saturn says, I'm looking at you. I want you to do it right. What are you going to do? It's the tough, being reprimanded by the professor in front of the whole class, being told off by your parent in front of the whole school. It's that kind of thing. So, okay. So when I saw her pass him the number out of the corner of my eye, and she got out the car, and she was like, "Thank you so much." And he smiled, and I was like, "Give me the number." And she looked, and he was like, "What?" I said, "I saw her slip you her number." And I said, "See," I said, "I was trying to be nice and taking you." I said, "Now give me the number." And he gave it to me. And I was just, I totally went off. I totally let him have it. And it should have never got to that point, because I should have never taken her to begin with. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So it got escalated to 100 for no reason, but that second part had to happen. If I did not listen to my spiritual guidance, I would have ignored it. I would have had an attitude. I would have been driving upset and just, total mood. And it would have been the wrong way to handle it. The second test would have come again, or the third test at that point would have come again. And Saturn would have asked me to make the tough decision then. Okay. So with the jobs, it's going to be the same thing. You're either going to go the easy route of sticking with the job that you can do, you know the work, you're capable of it, toxic environment. Then over here, you've got this route telling you, okay, go back to school, start your business, go and do your purpose, go into a line of work that you really want to do, but it's going to be scary because you don't really know what is to come. But it feels right and you're up for the challenge. That's what your Saturn return wants of you. Be up for the challenge. Okay? Be up for the challenge. One big thing that you want to do now is you want to be in prayer. You want to have a strong spiritual practice. So, this is going to really alienate you from a lot of people. And I'm telling you, this is what you want to do. I'm telling you. Okay, here's another example is there was a girl, I thought she was really nice. See the pattern of my Saturn return with friendship. And that's just one facet. So it's just going to be one facet after one facet after one facet. So it's every area of your life, but that one theme is going to play out over and over and over until you get it right. Okay, does that make sense? Hit the thumbs up button if that makes sense. So with me and friendship, it was platonic friendship. Okay, platonic friendship. This one girl, she was really from the streets. I was kind of from the streets, but not like that. So this was a criminalistic hustler. Okay, she ended up, I thought she was really nice. She had never done me wrong. She was just really sweet to me. And we became friends. We became really good friends. She was friends with a mutual friend of mine. Okay. And he became really good friends with me. We just clicked. We were just, oh, it was my right hand. I was his left hand. To this day, we both watched each other have children. Okay. Went through so much life together. Love him to life. So they were friends first. Okay. I had a premonition that he was going to get robbed. I was sitting in my apartment, and I really want you to pay attention to this, spiritual superstars, because I know that y'all know you're spiritually gifted. And if you're in your Saturn return, I want you to really pay attention to what God is telling you, because it's not just for you. And you're going to be blessing a whole lot of people now. Okay? You're doing God's work when you don't even know you're doing God's work. Okay? So I had that premonition and I was like, oh my gosh. Lord, should I call him? So talk to God. Always talk to God. Lord, should I call him? God's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, get the phone, call him. I'm like, nobody answered. Kept calling. No answer. Kept calling, kept calling. No answer. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, wait a minute. I gotta get hold of him. I call her. I'm like, have you talked to so and so? I got a really bad feeling. I don't like this feeling. Something's wrong. Something is really wrong. And she was like, no, she was so calm. No, I haven't talked to him. You haven't? She was like, no. I was like, dang. She was like, why? What's wrong? You know what you talking about? I said, something's off. I said, we got to get in touch with him. I fear for his life. I feel like he's in danger. She was like, you tripping. You tripping. You always be talking about that crazy stuff, all that energy and spiritual stuff. I was talking about it then, but I would say it without thinking about it because you can't hide from your gifts, spiritual superstars. Let me get up. You cannot hide from your gifts. And during your Saturn return, your gifts are going to be speaking before you speak. Okay? They're going to be showing up regardless of whether you want them to or not. So, sign number 1, I had the psychic premonition. Something was off. Sign number 2, I called, no answer. Can't get a hold of him. Something's off. I'm seeing the vision that he's been robbed already. He's in danger. He's hurting. So I'm hurting. Empaths. Empaths. When you feel that energy, you gotta look at your other spiritual gifts. Look at your clairvoyance. You feeling it. You seeing it. Not with these eyes. You seeing it through your mind's eye. So you're feeling all the electromagnetic energy. You feeling that radiation. You feeling the wavelengths from one object to you. You feeling it. That's spiritually guided spiritual communication. That's SGSC. All right, that's SGSC, spiritually guided spiritual communication. You gotta know how to put those puzzle pieces together. Okay, so I'm feeling all of that. I'm hearing it. God already told me, call him. Confirm. So clear audience, right? As loud as you can hear someone whisper to you or talk in the same room. You're going to hear that message. You're going to respond to it. Okay? For me, I'm like, what? Should I call him, God? God's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, where's the phone? Just like that, as if God's right here because God is right here. Okay? Then I call, can't get a hold. Okay, so then God shows me in my mind's eye the girl that we both know. I call, she's so calm. I'm tripping. Something's wrong. Trust me, something is wrong. I don't feel right about this. Something's off. I think he's in big danger. She like, you tripping. You tripping. You always talking about that spiritual stuff. What? Okay. Now, I done been judged my whole life about all this spiritual stuff. So now that you done showed up as one of them, okay. Now that's whatever, that's the next sign right there, but that's a ding, 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 ding sign, right? Spiritual superstars. Because you're not vibing with me. We're not on the same frequency. And right now, I'm realizing that you're beneath me. So, spiritual superstars, you got to know when you're elevated, God is going to show you who can't be around you anymore. God is going to show you to them too. That's an awkward moment. It's uncomfortable because we're still part human. And your human is like, You know, who are we? Who are we to be thinking that we're above anybody else? But your energy is going to show you, and energy doesn't lie. Okay? So then you're in that moment of, dang, what's going on? This is so weird. Like, for real, I can't trust her. Her reaction is not, that's not right. There's no compassion. There's no concern at all. So come to find out, she robbed him. She set him up. She set him up, robbed him. And at that time that I had tapped into his energy, he's sitting in the hospital fighting for his life. She had robbed him, set him up to be robbed. That day, God told me, don't go with them. Sit your butt home. They had asked me to go out. And I was like, I'm good. Nah, it's been a long week. I'm okay. I'm good. Why? You always saying no, you don't want to go. Well, I don't want to go today. Something is not, I'm good. I'm just going to be here. That's it. I'm just going to be. She was with another girl, and they were like, like, nah, I'm not going. So, okay. All right. And, yep, ended up robbing him. And he said the way she did it, it was like, it was crazy. It was crazy. He didn't see, he saw, her, and I think he saw the other girls so long ago. But he didn't, when he opened the door, dudes rushed in on him. And the reason why I couldn't get him on the phone was because he didn't have his phone. He said they stole his phone and everything. Yep. So I was like, dang, 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 dang. Dang, dang, dang. So yeah, so that right there, God was like, okay, you about to leave all of that alone. All of that alone. This is your boy. That's a friend for life. All of them, you about to leave all of them alone. And I'm showing you their energy. So so we worked together. She worked in a different department. We would see each other. I would see worms inside her in my mind's eye. In my mind's eye, I would see her energy for exactly what it was. So, and then of course the police got involved. They investigated. I stopped seeing her. All of that stuff, you know. Yep. So Saturn return is going to test you so that when you split like this in areas of your life, you're either going to keep going down this road, which is not good for you, which is going to be a hard life, and it's going to be beneath you. Or it's over here where, okay, I'm going to max it out, I'm going to knock it out, I'm going to knock it out, I'm going to knock it out. I'm going to decide to go over here. Oh, I'm going to win big, but I'm going to earn it. I'm not quitting. I'm going to fail. I'm going to come right back up. I'm going to fail a little bit more. I might go over here, might lose focus, but oh, I'm back on track. This right here is just like this. And the slow incline you see is just because you're getting older. But that's not growth, you know? It's change. I guess you could look at it as growth because you're getting older, but it's not successful, you know? This right here, oh my gosh. That's the life, you know? So career, love, your spirituality, family, pregnancy, health. You know, at the time they told me I couldn't have kids. They said, don't even try to get pregnant because you will die. And so will your baby. That's what they told me. And then said, do you have any questions? Told me that. And that part I won and lost. My son is in heaven. My twins are in heaven. But I have two beautiful children that are upstairs. They better be sleeping right now. So you're going to be tested, but you can win. And you have to know that you will win during your Saturn return. You're going to snap on people, and you have to be easy on yourself. You have to really look out for you and be okay being selfish now. If you get somebody pregnant, that may not necessarily be the one that God wants you to be with. If you're in love with this other girl or woman or guy, and you got another baby by somebody else, that another baby with somebody else, that may not be the route. You may needed to have children with that person, but not be with them. That might have been a physical connection. You got pregnant and you're blessing this world with another beautiful soul that's going to be a successful human being because you're going to raise them right and co-parent. But then you also get to be happy, healthy, wealthy with the love of your life, and that may not be the one that you have children with. So it's that split. It's that split. And I have watched that happen too. I have watched that happen where um, I know plenty of people that have gotten married around that time to people that the world could see that they shouldn't have gotten married to or started a family with, but they didn't. And it was just a whirlwind of a marriage. Horrible. Both of them miserable. Cheating on each other, abusive, whatever, stuff like that, where there was someone else they were in love with, or they just really weren't totally in love with that person, or, well, I guess we could do it. That kind of thing. It's going to be a decision that you have to make it's not going to create a friendship from. You're going to upset some folks during stuff like that. During the Saturn return, making decisions like that. Let's see. Let me go back up. Let me scroll up and look at any questions. Deanna says, why do I think everyone wants to be me? Literally, it's to the point it's scary in a way because they do. That's another part. In my Saturn return, you're going to see that. It's like that movie, Single White Female, where the woman literally adopted her whole persona, just copied her, studied her, haircut, clothing, everything. There was a young lady that I worked with at the mall, and uh, she was head over heels in love with um, a guy that I dated. And so she and I worked together. I had no idea who she was, other than we worked together part-time in the evening. I'm just trying to get some money. That's it. I'm there trying to get a couple extra bucks. I'm going to school and I got a full-time job. So my whole life was like, girl, I'm here to work. My little 3, 4 hours every couple of days, and that's it. But this woman knew everything about me. I had no clue. And we I got invited to another girl who, right up my alley, she had tattoos up to here. And wore her hair bald. Oh, she was so gorgeous. Big old pretty blue eyes. She was gorgeous. Gorgeous, okay? And um she was like, "You have got to come to the party." I'm like, "I'm coming." You know, where do I go and when is it? So she had the #1 tattoo artist at her private party. I'm like, I'm definitely gonna be there. So she gives me the location. She's like, "You can't tell nobody." I'm like, "I'm not." I mean, it was a big, big deal. I show up, it's jam packed. It's in a residential neighborhood, good neighborhood, and a bunch of cars, right? You could not tell that this party was going on inside the house, though. It wasn't loud music. It wasn't like that, right? So I go in. Now, mind you, we left from the mall, separate cars. She just told me where it's at. I got it. I know exactly where that's at. How about old girl that we worked with shows up? And I'm like, I ain't telling anything. Because she was looking at, my friend was looking at me like, who told her? I'm like, I ain't telling nothing. I don't know her like that. I ain't tell her. So she paid, so I get my tattoo done. Now I tell him what I want. All my tattoos are designed for me. Okay? Anybody else out there feel that your tattoos are special? They have a meaning. Every single one I have has a meaning. Okay? He designs it, does my tattoo, and throws out the pattern. Do you know about a year later? Now, mind you, I find out, I forget how I found out. No, she asked me if I was seeing so and so. I'm like, what? Why would you ask me that? How do you even know that I was seeing him? And she's asking me all these questions and stuff, and I'm like, Then I find out. Then I ask his mother, what's the deal with so and so? She was like, oh, that crazy girl, and da 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 da, and she knows everything about you. She was asking me a thousand questions and da 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 da, all this stuff. And I'm like, dang. I was like, we work together. She was like, what? Come to find out, she shows up. I'm going to a day job, right? The overhead projector is in my eyes. I'm going into a training room. This is a year later. I'm going into a training room and to get one of my friends to go to lunch. When you getting out of this training? She was like, I had, about, I don't know, such and such more. Like, all right, well then when you get done training, let's go to lunch. She's like, all right. So I go back out and I interrupt the training because we were just reckless. Management reckless. Just ridiculous. Saturn return. And I'm coming back out. Can't see nothing because the overhead projector's all in my face and stuff. I hear, hey. I'm like, and she reaches out and grabs my leg, and I'm like, who touched me? She's like, hey, it's me. I won't say her name. And I'm like, you working here? She was like, yeah. What? Then I felt freaked all the way out because you was working at Learners with me a year before, and all that weird stuff happened with the you show up at the tattoo party. It seemed like I snitched and told you where it was at, and I didn't. You asking 1,000 questions about me and who I was dating and all this stuff, and you asking people about me and everything. And then you show up at this job and you're in the new hire orientation. And I'm like, So then she says right there in the orientation, did you ever get anything more on your tattoo? I'm like, what tattoo? She was like, on your I got a tattoo on my leg. And I said, no. And how do you even know about that? She was like, because I paid him $50 to give me the same tattoo. She was like, I ended up getting an outline around it. What did you just say? So, Deanna, you think everyone wants to be you because these people really do. So, you got to be careful. It's scary, absolutely scary. Deanna's like, literally, it's to the point it's scary in a way. It's very creepy. It's very scary. And that's the height of jealousy and envy. And I'm going to tell you something else. It still happens. So when I say that energy doesn't lie, that stuff is crazy. There are just some people, I believe, in this world that are not comfortable with who they are. That's my sole belief. I truly believe that. I couldn't believe that she did that. I mean, it was like stalker, 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 but it's still happening. I mean, it's people watching this YouTube channel. People stalk us. It's crazy. It happens. It happens. People are more focused on your life than I think theirs, which is why it is definitely okay for you to have a level of privacy to keep you and your family safe, because some people are just intent on stalking you. I mean, to the point you wouldn't even believe. If I told y'all, spiritual superstars, oh my goodness, people are absolutely infatuated with you. When you feel like they are, they are. Let's see, how to deal with spiritual contact. All right, I watched a video where you talked about crawling and tingling sensations. This has been happening to me. It's so bad. I feel like it's a negative. Okay, so um, that's a great question, and I totally understand why you would feel like go to the left, like it's bad, negative. I want to ask you why you feel like it's negative. It's important, spiritual superstars, even outside of your Saturn return, that you recognize who you are. You are the soul within your human. And you have to know your human and what your human's life is like. And you have to know what your life is like outside of that. You okay? And so you live totally separate in different lives, but you're still one and the same. So what you feel is spiritually guided. It is communication. That's not human, it's spiritual. But because you exist within your human, you feel it on a metaphysical level. Okay? And you got to get the book to learn all about it, because you'll have the solutions and you'll have why you really feel afraid, because it's so understandable. However, you're missing out on what spirit is telling you. Okay? That's really important. Remember, we have a decision to make. Why is this happening to me? This is so bad. This is so annoying. This is so difficult. It's a challenge, right? It's unexplainable because it's not straight human logic. So that's your human saying all of that. Then on the other hand, you're here and you've asked me, and your human didn't ask me that. You did. And your human did it for you. You asked through your human because you're seeking. So I can see that part through you sharing that. And that's the part, that's what you have to really warm up to. That you are a dual being. And the way you are going to approach spiritual alchemy is quite different than the way you approach third dimensional life as your human is experiencing it. I hope that that makes sense. Madam Enchantress says, mine has been surrounding my stability. I've never lived on my own, but I've been kicked out and now found myself at a homeless shelter. I'm so freaking grateful. And yes, my faith has gotten beyond. Okay. All right. How old are you? All I do is pray and stay in a state of gratitude because I'm getting it right, even if it took homelessness to achieve stability. Oh, Ashe. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. That's absolutely the state of mind that it takes for you to climb out of the ditch that you find yourself in. Okay? So, as you climb, the beauty about this is you're going to be going like this. That's success. Success is never like this. You're going to be going like this, right? Back down again, up again, 100 steps up, 10 back down, coming over here. So you're making this pathway and you're forging a new road for others as well. Remember to share your experiences because there are plenty of people, women in particular, that are going through the exact same journey that you are blazing through. You are a trailblazer. You are a trailblazer. And it's going to be really important that as you go through your life experiences, that you take it and you share the wisdom to whomever spirit aligns you with that's open to listening. Because not everyone is going to be open. But the fact that you will be willing to share your knowledge and help them apply it, which means you're blessing them with wisdom, is going to bless you exponentially. But when you go through your experiences and you say, why is this happening to me? And my life is so hard. And I just don't understand why it's me. Why? Instead of, oh my gosh, again? Dang. Okay. What am I supposed to be learning? What do I need to learn? Okay, dang, okay. Maybe I made the wrong choice. Maybe I made the wrong decision. Okay, dang. All right. That didn't go the way I wanted it to go. Oh my gosh, okay. And you do get to say why. Woe is me. Don't get me wrong. But you don't get to stay there because life is too short. And you are much too precious. And you are much too blessed. And you've got to bless others. You've got to. Because we're all connected. So, okay, so you receive, right? The part that Madam Enchantress said, all I do is pray and stay in the state of gratitude, is part true. It's totally not 100% true. Because listen to the second part. I'm getting it right. I'm getting it right. Even if it took homelessness to achieve stability. Oh my goodness. I'm so proud of you. Did you see that? Did you look at what she wrote? That right there is that round robin that I talk about. Boom, boom, boom. Absolutely magnificent. I love how you worded that because our words have power. And the fact that you are seeing it for what it is, what a beautiful blessing. That's that come up. And she knows it's going to happen. I absolutely love it. Absolutely. All right. Let's see. Okay, thank you, Dance. Says thank you so much for answering. Absolutely. I feel like it's negative because it moves everywhere around my body. It seems aggressive and wants to hurt or disturb me. I thought it was a spiritual parasite or worm. It moves so aggressively. Yes, it does. Okay. Okay, so you both are 29. This is beautiful. Okay, yeah. So it's moving aggressively because you ain't got as much time as you think you do. And so spirit has to move aggressively and assertively to get your attention. And I want you to get the book. I can't tell you enough. I want you to get the book because you'll see exactly why it's moving like this. You'll see exactly why you can't do anything when spirit moves that aggressively inside of you. You can't do nothing but get agitated, get aggravated, be frustrated. You can't do nothing but, oh my goodness, you can't do anything but stop and focus on God. That's it. That's all you can do is focus on God shaking you, getting your attention. So what you're doing is this right here. And I hope you receive it. I hope and pray that you receive it because this is the equivalent to, and I'm not picking on you, I promise you I'm not, but I want to help you make that shift, that pivot. This is what we're doing when we allow our human to have the nerve to voice out because she doesn't know. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. So we have to step up and help her or help him. But what we're doing essentially when we're so annoyed and frustrated and aggravated is we're saying, what? To God. What do you want? To God. Oh my gosh, I just wish you would just stop. To God. I hope that that helps you. Because when a baby needs to get your attention, toddler, and you're talking to a friend, you're occupied, you are engaged, what's the toddler going to do? Comment in the comment section what a toddler would do to get your attention. What would a toddler do? Yeah, you're so right. You're so welcome. Absolutely. Yes. Everybody's so right. Look at you. Yes, yes, yes. Cry, tantrum, right? Gives you absolutely every annoying reaction ever, right? Look at Madam, mommy, mommy, mommy. Oh my gosh, right? You're like, oh my God. If you say mommy one more time, okay, yes. What do you need? You know, it's like, oh my goodness. Yes. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So I won't go into it. I'll just tell you, get the book so you can figure out exactly what to do because all of that is in the book. Anyone that is ready for a reading, definitely reach out to me at spiritualguidanceacademy.com. Join our membership. We've got some people on the lineup for February, some teachers, and I've partnered up with people in our Spiritual Guidance Academy. So if you are ready to serve as a teacher, a coach, a guide, a reader, Reiki master, whatever your modality is, we have some financial coaches. We have some people that have products. And so, whatever you are giving value in, and you would like to look further into partnering with Spiritual Guidance Academy, then all you have to do is reach out to me, message me. You can text message me using the number that's down below, and I will send you the details about it. It is absolutely free. My mission is simple: to help change the face of spiritual industry, to make it more diverse and reflect what we believe Spirit intended spirituality to be in the first place. Spirituality is the foundation for everything. So, um, definitely reach out to me if that's something that you're open to. Our membership is $1.99, and it's going to be like that for 2022. So get on board, get the book. My other book is 7 Steps to Master Any Spiritual Awakening on Amazon. Let me thank you in advance for leaving a comment and a review over on Amazon. And let me know what the book does for you. I certainly appreciate it. And, get access to your other How to Hear from God so that you'll know what the tingling sensations are all about and why they're happening at specific times. It's 11:11 on the screen right there. Raise your vibration. Deep breath in, deep, deep, deep. Challenging your human. Divine Source, thank you so much. Please show us our spiritual guidance the way that we can receive it. And all you're doing is listening, spiritual superstar. Just sit still and listen. You might see a vision playing out in your mind's eye. So when you see 1111, I want you to definitely, it's back on the screen again. Try it again. All you're going to do is sit still. Let it out. Okay. All right. All right. All right. And don't be alarmed and don't be sad or hard on yourself if you don't feel like you received anything in that moment. It could be something that you were focused on prior to seeing 1111, and it can definitely happen as soon as you get up, as soon as you break that moment. So there might be a phone call, there could be something you read as a text, a video you see, someone could say something to you. You might see something on a car go by, or you might have that thought that comes to you once you realize you got to go to the bathroom and you put your hand on the doorknob, boom, the thought comes to you. Sometimes we're so intent on, oh my gosh, what is Spirit going to say to me when we're seeing 1111? Oh, we got to make a wish. Oh my goodness, I got to think of something. What do I need to say? A prayer. We're so intent on that moment that we miss our spiritual guidance. Remember, it's like a portal. Opens up, 1111, boom. And then we receive our spiritual guidance, comes straight to us, closes up. We get it every single time. So even if you feel like you've missed it or it didn't happen, I promise you it did. So it's a matter of you controlling your human, and that's what we teach over at spiritualguidanceacademy.com. If you are open for private coaching, please reach out to me. I do have a couple of scholarship spaces left. That is free coaching with me every single month, and there are details involved in that. So I would love to share the details with you. Otherwise, my coaching is $199 an hour, and we coach once a week and outside of the scholarship. And if you are a repeat client or customer, then I will give you the 50% off, and that we still coach every single week. So very simple, and anything that I can do to help you, that's what I'm here for. All right, spiritual superstars. Logic says being in a state of nature. Yeah, absolutely. As you can see, you know, nature is a great way to connect with our ancestors. Always remember that, spiritual superstars. Hugging a tree is real. It grounds us immediately. And you want to keep in mind that the bottoms of your feet are the soles of your feet. They are certainly portals, as much as the palms of your hands are portals, as much as the tippy top of your head, which is your crown chakra, is just your seventh primary chakra. We have so many. We have over 100 chakras on our beautiful human. Our so it's a portal. A portal is an opening, a passageway to the divine, but those aren't all of them as well. So when you get out in nature, you are connecting with divine source. When you are barefoot, you are connecting with divine source, our ancestors. You are grounding yourself in a great instant way. And we do have some elixirs over at Spiritual Guidance or your Spiritual Superstar Etsy store, if that's something that you would like to look into too. So you've got your specials over there. It's Etsy. I think the link is down below, so you can just check that out. But there are some specials, and you want to definitely make sure if when you do buy something over at your Etsy store that you are getting one of the discounts. Okay, you shouldn't be paying full price over there. So that's just heads up. Make sure that you're getting a discount, and if you don't see a discount pop up, definitely text our number, okay, our business line. I don't want you not getting what we're putting out there for you to get. I want you to get all of the goodies. All right. So I love you, and I will see you. Uh-oh, I see someone else. Ashley, 29 here, divine timing coming across this live. You are so welcome. Absolutely divine timing, divinely ordained, girl. So I hope and pray that this video gives you value. Thank you so much. I was a mess before this live. Oh, honey. Now I'm up and alive again. I give thanks to Spirit. Yes. Oh, for finding you. Many blessings to you, Queen. Oh, well, honey, thank you so much. Absolutely. That's what I'm here for. You all let me know how I can help you. What questions do you have about your spiritual journey? That's what I'm here for. Look at Vivian. Thank you so much for tuning in, Madam Enchantress. You are going to make it through. I'm so proud of you, and you are so welcome. I'm looking forward to hearing you in your book. I'm looking forward to really seeing you thrive and hearing more about you and your journey. And I'm looking forward to reading your book because you definitely have one that's in you and that I know that you're going to get published. Okay? I'm not going to leave until you say okay, received, because that's definitely going to happen. You're going to bless a lot of people through your book. A lot of people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Peace and good fortune. And Sugar Plum. Look at Logic. Awesome. How you know I'm writing a book? How can I not know you writing a book, honey? That's what I do. Mwah. I love you. I will talk to all of y'all very, very soon. Have a good night.